Hi, I'm Greg from RV Haulers, but I'm making a video that has nothing to do with my RV haulers. I'm going to share with you the secrets, the confusing secrets of Telegraph Cove camping. If you're planning a trip to Telegraph Cove and you plan on doing some camping, there's two campgrounds and it is confusing as heck. I'm going to share with you a tour of both campsites, the positives, the negatives, and all the details. Join me in this video if you're interested. Telegraph Cove is a beautiful destination towards the north end of Vancouver Island, British Columbia, and there are two campgrounds. And my wife and I have stayed in both. We've been traveling to Telegraph Cove for 18 years, and we camp. We also come here to do some fishing. Now, what I want to share with you is the two campgrounds are very different. One of them is sunny, open, and has a beautiful view of the marina. And the second campground, which I'm going to show you in just a minute, is nestled in the forest here at Telegraph Cove. Now I'm going to start with what I would call the sunny campground. Now I want to make something really clear. I'm in no way affiliated with either campground. I'm not being sponsored to do this. I'm just doing it because I have seen so many people travel to Telegraph Cove and they come into the cove, you know, perhaps they're tourists, they're cruising, and they think they've maybe booked at one and they're booked at the other. And here's what I'm going to do. I have an unbiased opinion here. My wife and I have stayed in both. We do have our favorite now, but it's a personal choice, and I'm going to share with you just plain old facts. So bear with me. I'm going to show you campground number one. So here at Telegraph Cove, there's one cove, right? One bay. However, there's two campsites and two separate campground operators. So I'm going to show you number one. Now I'm going to put the website here on the screen as well. I'm going to have links to it down below. What I'm going to do is I'm going to call this one the sunny campground, okay? This one has a view of Telegraph Cove, the marina. So you can see from here, you're seeing the historic buildings, the boardwalk, and this campground, I'm just going to turn around, is open and sunny and warm. Now, so this one has, I'll talk about, well, I'm going to talk about the weather. If we look up, you'll see that it is cloudy. And what you need to know about Telegraph Cove is it's cool here. You've gone quite a bit north of Victoria. So Victoria's at the south end of Vancouver Island and Telegraph Cove is at the north. Now what happens is as you travel north, the weather gets cooler and cooler. Now it's not snow obviously here in the summertime. Yes, you can bring your shorts with you and you can wear your flip-flops, but the reality is it's quite a bit cooler here than the southern parts of the island. So if we look at the weather that we're going to be getting here in July and August, we will get into the low 20 degrees Celsius weather. So we'll be in, you know, like perhaps the 70s Fahrenheit. However, at night we're going down sometimes into 14 degrees Celsius, 10 degrees Celsius. And quite often in the mornings it's overcast, as you see right now. Right now we've got a temperature of about 18 degrees and this is the forecast high for today. So what matters when you're camping at Telegraph Cove is you have to think about the weather. What my wife and I appreciate about this campground, the one that overlooks the marina, is we're in the sun. When the sun does come out, it's beautiful, it's warm, and the other thing that we really appreciate is not only the view, of course, but when it comes to the weather, this warmer temperature, being out of the forest, we don't have bugs here. We've stayed in the other campsite, the one in the forest, and honestly, it's a little bit buggy. You need to have your insect repellent. Here, I've actually got one of the windows in our coach, in our fifth wheel, doesn't even have a screen, and we've had it open for a whole month that we've been here. We've never had a bug in our bedroom, which is pretty cool. So no black flies, no mosquitoes. Because it's dry and warm and sunny here, we appreciate not having the bugs. However, you are out in a little bit more of an open environment. We've got a view of the marina, and if we look this way, there's even some sites back here. Oh, here's our campground operator. There's Stephanie going by. So what's also nice is, I was going to show you something else, but Stephanie was driving by. What we really appreciate here is we've also got a secondary view. So there's some other campsites along the east side of the campground. And if you look out there, there's the ocean. So let's face it, that's why we're here, right? We want to have some views, I think. You honestly will see whales go by, you'll see cruise ships. So that is the Johnston Strait, and that's where you'll see a lot of the cruise ships going to and from Alaska. So the campsites are very well maintained, the grass is awesome. I have another video. I'll talk to you about the marina separately. So I'll have a link to that marina video down below as well, where you can explore that. But one of the things that I know is important to my wife and myself is they have a real water treatment plant here, a professional water treatment plant. So all of the water spigots that you see here, they have their own water treatment plant, which is monitored daily. They got a beautiful septic system as well. And I encourage you to please do your own research. What's happened over time is if you're looking at some of the reviews of, say, Google or some of the travel sites, a lot of them are wrong. People think they're unhappy with one campsite or they've had an experience and they post it on the wrong site. I'm trying to give you information because I've been sitting where you were. The first times we were coming to Telegraph Cove, we just couldn't quite figure out the scenario here. So this is operator number one, owned by Tyler and Stephanie. View of the marina and out in the sun, if that's important to you, and a view of not only the marina but the ocean and nice big long sites. That's one of the other advantages of this campground, in our opinion. If you look at it, we were standing in front of our rig. Our fifth wheel is 42 feet long, plus our truck, and we just no longer fit in the Forest Campground. Again, I'll show you that kind of in the next part of this video. But what else can I tell you about this, call it the sunny campground? Another advantage my wife and I personally appreciated about this campsite is in the center of this campsite is this great big maintained grassy area. So if you're a family or if you're coming with friends, what I've often seen, what we've done ourselves, is we'll book sites on opposite sides of this open area, and it's a place for the kids to play. They're right next to where you're camping. They don't have to go somewhere else. It's nice to keep your eye on them. You'll see when we go to the Forest campsite too that their sites are really uneven. So if you're trying to level a trailer or a motorhome, sometimes it's a real challenge there. These sites are all beautifully level and graveled. You'll see at the Forest campsite, a lot of them are just kind of dirt. There's no gravel at all in the Forest campground, but you'll see that in a minute. So a place for the kids to play, a place for you to be adjacent to your friends and sit in the middle and visit. It's pretty nice. Now, something else you need to be aware of. This campsite does not allow tenting. So if you're planning to tent, you have to go to the Forest campground. You have to be self-contained in order to stay here. Now they do allow extra tents. So let's say you've got, so here's an example where there's some folks that have an RV or a motorhome or a trailer or a tent camper, whatever it is. You can put up additional tents, you know, if you got kids coming or grandkids, that's allowed, but no tents themselves. You have to be self-contained. Just a heads up. I thought of something else that's important. So a lot of people who are traveling here obviously have motorhomes, you're self-contained, but they also have campsite washrooms, which are incredibly clean, and they've got some really nice shower facilities as well, full laundry facilities. And also, this campsite is extremely quiet. We really appreciate that. It's, you know, tourists, there's nobody coming here to party or, you know, stay up late and make a lot of noise. And honestly, we love to look down at that marina. Now, I have a favor to ask of you. I'm going to get to part 2 here in a second, but if you found this video helpful, I have a favor to ask. If you like what you're seeing, please give me a thumbs up. The other thing I would love to help you with is if you have questions, please pose your questions down below in the comments section. I'll try to get to your questions. I've been coming here with my family for 18 years and maybe I've got the answer, or maybe some other people that are watching this video might have some answers as well. So pose your questions down below. We'll try to get to those questions when time permits. And give me a thumbs up. Thank you. It helps other people find this video. Now, let's go look at the other campsite. Okay, so it's a bit of a drive, so I'm actually going to get in my car. It's a kilometer up a road that we have to go, and while we're heading there, I'll share with you a little bit about kind of the 2 operators that are here. Tyler and Stephanie are the ones that own this sunny campground, and I know they've been coming here between 30-40 years. They've been here in the Telegraph Cove area, so they're very committed. They do live here on site as well, so they're very invested, is what I've seen personally in seeing this campground being maintained and well run. All right, let's get in the car and go for a drive. While I'm in the car, I thought I'm going to show you how to find these campgrounds when you first come into Telegraph Cove. So I'm going to turn the camera around here in my little car. By the way, when you come into Telegraph Cove, don't forget to check out the Telegraph Cove Art Gallery. It is frankly impressive. Please go visit those folks. But here we go. We're driving into the cove, down the steep hill. So the campground that I showed you is to the left when you come into Telegraph Cove. So here we are. There's the general store. Here on your right is some of the parking. However, if you're going to go to the sunny campground, it's to the left. Let's do that. Stop at the stop sign here, and we stay on the pavement. By the way, all these roads are privately owned, so you do have to pay for parking, but your first office is right there. That is where you are going to go visit Tyler or Stephanie and get your sunny campground parking. To show you, you stay on the pavement, and here we go. So there's the campground. We were just walking around together. So there's the campsite, and down there is the marina. Now there's also a second office. If you wish, you can go to that office right there that overlooks the marina, that green roof building. And Tyler or Stephanie are off in there, the husband and wife couple that own this side. but it's only, oh, I don't know, a 2-minute walk from the sunny campground to the marina. So there is the historical Telegraph Cove, there's the museum, there's the restaurant, and the boardwalk goes all the way around back there. All right, let's do it again, but this time I'm going to take you to the Forest Campground. Okay, are you still with me? So we're going to do it again this time. We're going to go to the Forest Campground. Telegraph Cove. We just saw this. There's the cove. There is the historic boardwalk to the left. Again, the general store. When you come to this stop sign, there's the sign to the Forest Campground. We're going to go right. So you get on the gravel. Now, this is about 1 kilometer long. If you're driving a vehicle, it's obviously a little bumpy. And I'll tell you what, I'm just going to fast forward this video because you don't have to go with me the whole kilometer at slow speed. Here we go. So welcome to the Forest Campground. It is wonderfully sheltered in here, and as you can see, there are some significant older growth trees in here, and this is what you see often for the campsites. So some of them are, most of them are unserviced, but there is water and there's sewer in certain sites, and this may be to your liking. So here's another can of dreams, some other folks that are visiting obviously have rented that motorhome, and the motorhomes do fit, right? They will fit in here if you've got something a little bit longer, you know, getting into the other length of trailers. There's some, you know, nice sites here. They've got a little bit of an open area in the middle where there's a little bit longer site. So that one, that's probably a 26-foot trailer. You can see they can't keep their pickup in front of it, but trailers of that size will definitely fit here. And they've got a little bit of an open grassy area, but most of the sites are around here, right? They're nestled in the trees, kind of pushed back, and of course it doesn't get direct sunlight in these spots, but so it's a little bit cooler, we found, when we stayed in this campsite, but obviously it's beautiful. You really feel like you're in British Columbia. This side, or I should say this owner, has their own website, so I'm going to put it up here on the screen, and again, the Forest Campground will have a link down below in the descriptions. But these sites, most of these ones don't have sewer. Some of these have just water and power. What I can't speak to is the water quality here. I know years ago the water was sourced up in the from a creek up on the hills. Perhaps you can, you know, I should have asked them. Perhaps you can ask them about their water quality and if they have a water treatment plant. I don't know. But if you're perhaps tenting this might be a nice site for you because it's so sheltered and so protected. And obviously you can see there's some campsites that are really well suited to tenting if that's how you're coming here. From here at the Forest Campground is where you can take the Blinkhorn Trail. Fantastic hike that takes you to an overlook over the ocean. Absolutely worth it. It's a little bit challenging in a few spots, so do be aware of what you're getting into. But it's idyllic. So a little bit of the history here is that this was the original campground. The fellow that first started developing this area, his name is Gordy. He's the gentleman that had the vision for what Telegraph Cove could become. So he's the one that started to develop that boardwalk and make sure it became available to the public. He's the one that opened up this campground now and operates this campground. So that's, again, a separate website, a separate phone number, and what else can I tell you? So this is the one we found to be, just overall for our own liking, a little bit cool. We couldn't quite fit our rig in here anymore, and we ourselves prefer the sunny one, but this one is incredibly quiet as well. Well taken care of by the folks that run this campsite, and the washrooms, the showers, also very clean, very well lit. It's a beautiful place to come. Now, positives and negatives. Obviously, being nestled in the trees, wonderful positive. A little bit cooler here, more bugs as a result because it is, there's water, there's creeks, there's standing pools of water where the mosquitoes sometimes come from. Today there's a little bit of a breeze, which is nice, so it's keeping those down. The one thing my wife and I didn't really love was you're not immediately close to Telegraph Cove, the cove itself. You've got that kilometer walk down the road, and I will say it's kind of dusty too. So if you're parking a motorhome here, you may not want to always, hop in your motorhome and drive all the way down to the cove to go look at stuff. You're going to walk. So if that's okay, it's up to you. Just want to make you aware that you do have that walk. The other campground, the sunny one, hey, it's quite a bit more open. It's more of a flat surface. Maybe that's not to your liking. Water quality is nice there. We know the sewer does keep up. Here is the little bit of a daytime shelter. So if you are tenting and you don't have enough shelter, you can always come here. They've got some barbecues that you can bring your tank to and hook up. There's the showers and washroom facilities. Hey, thanks for joining me. I hope you found this helpful. If you have, again, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, pose them down below in the comment section. I appreciate you watching this video. Enjoy Canada if you're coming to travel, if you're coming here to visit. Maybe we'll see you in the cove. Look for big shrimp. Our fishing boat, that's what my wife and I love to do. You know what I'm going to do too? I'll put some of the links to our personal holiday videos down below. If you're interested in seeing what my wife and I and my kids choose to do at Telegraph Cove, what it's all about to us, some of those home movies are down below as well. Thanks for watching. Travel safe.